Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the captivating stories that shaped our world. Today we embark on an incredible journey through the rich history of the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal is an artificial waterway located in Egypt that connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. It provides a direct shipping route between Europe and Asia, allowing ships to avoid the lengthy and perilous journey around the southern tip of Africa, the Cape of Good Hope. The canal is situated in northeastern Egypt and runs through the isthmus of Suez, a narrow strip of land that separates the Mediterranean Sea to the north from the Red Sea to the south. The Suez Canal stretches approximately 100 miles or 163 kilometers in length from the Port Said in the north to the city of Suez in the south. It is relatively narrow, with an average width of about 675 feet or 205 meters at its surface. The story of the Suez Canal begins long before its modern conception. The ancient Egyptians were the first to recognize the strategic importance of connecting the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. They carved canals through the Nile Delta, facilitating trade between the East and West. Fast forward to the 19th century, a time of global exploration, where the idea of a canal resurfaced. The vision of a direct shipping route captured the imagination of many, and the concept gained momentum. Before the construction of the Suez Canal, ships had to navigate a much longer and more challenging route to travel between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea or the Indian Ocean. This traditional route, known as the Cape Route, required circumnavigating the entire African continent. Ships departing from European ports bound for destinations in Asia or the Indian Ocean had to sail south along the Atlantic coast of Africa, rounding the Cape of Good Hope, and then sailing northeast along the eastern coast of Africa. This lengthy journey added thousands of miles to the voyage and increased the risks associated with navigating treacherous waters, including storms and the threat of piracy. It was also costly to take the longer route. The British controlled the Cape of Good Hope and hence benefited immensely. Then the French approached the Egyptians with the idea of the canal. It was in 1854 when Ferdinand de Lesseps, a French diplomat and engineer, established the Suez Canal Company. Despite facing numerous challenges, Lesseps pushed forward with his ambitious plan to construct the canal. On April 25, 1859, the construction of the Suez Canal officially began. A massive workforce of laborers from around the world toiled tirelessly under challenging conditions, shaping the future of maritime trade. After a decade of relentless efforts, the Suez Canal was inaugurated on November 17, 1869. This engineering marvel stretched over 100 miles and provided a crucial shortcut for ships traveling between Europe and Asia. The 19th century, when the Suez Canal was being conceived and constructed, was a period of intense competition among European powers for colonial territories, resources, and trade routes. The major European colonial powers, such as Britain, France, and the Netherlands, sought to expand their influence and control over key strategic regions. During this time, Egypt was under the nominal rule of the Ottoman Empire but was heavily influenced by European powers, especially Britain. Britain recognized the importance of Egypt due to its proximity to India, its valuable resources, and the potential for a canal. British control and involvement in Egypt increased over time, leading to significant influence over the region's politics and affairs. The Suez Canal has been involved in several wars and conflicts throughout its history. During World War I, the Suez Canal played a critical role as a strategic passage. It was under the control of the British, who used it as a vital supply route for their forces in the Middle East and India. The Ottoman Empire, aligned with the Central Powers, attempted to disrupt British operations by launching attacks on the canal. However, the British forces successfully defended the canal, and it remained under their control throughout the war. Once again, the Suez Canal became a key strategic asset during World War II. Controlling the canal was essential for the Allies to maintain supply lines and access to British colonies and interests in Asia and the Middle East. The Axis powers, led by Germany and Italy, sought to gain control of the canal and disrupt British operations. However, British forces, supported by Allies, defended the canal, preventing its capture. The Suez Crisis was a pivotal event in the history of the Suez Canal. In 1956, Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the canal, asserting Egyptian sovereignty over this crucial waterway. This move sparked an international crisis when Britain, France, and Israel, who had vested interests in the canal, launched a military operation to regain control. The crisis involved military confrontations and political maneuvering, ultimately leading to the withdrawal of the invading forces and the United Nations deployment to oversee the canal's operations. The Suez Canal has been a significant theater of conflict during the Arab-Israeli wars. During the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973, Egypt closed the canal to Israeli shipping and attempted to use it as a military barrier. These conflicts resulted in blockades and military operations near the canal, with both sides seeking to gain control over strategic positions along its banks. In the Gulf War, the Suez Canal played a role in the military logistics and operations of the international coalition forces. The canal served as a transit point for naval vessels and contributed to the buildup and deployment of forces in the region during the conflict. The Suez Canal is under the control and management of the Suez Canal Authority, SCA, which is an Egyptian government entity. The SCA is responsible for the operation, maintenance, and administration of the canal. The authority oversees the passage of ships, collects tolls, and ensures the safe navigation of vessels transiting through the canal. Egypt, as the host country of the Suez Canal, exercises sovereignty over the waterway. The canal is considered Egyptian territory, and the Egyptian government has the authority to make decisions regarding its operations, policies, and security. The Suez Canal holds significant economic importance as one of the world's busiest and most vital shipping routes. The Suez Canal plays a crucial role in global trade, serving as a direct shipping route between Europe, Asia, and Africa. It provides a shortcut for maritime transportation, reducing the distance and time required to transport goods between these regions. The canal handles a substantial portion of global trade. According to the Suez Canal Authority, in 2020, a total of 18,829 ships transited the canal, carrying approximately 1.17 billion tons of cargo. This cargo includes a diverse range of goods, such as oil and gas, manufactured products, raw materials, and agricultural commodities. The Suez Canal is a vital passage for the transportation of oil and gas. It is estimated that around 10% of global seaborne oil trade passes through the canal. In 2020, it facilitated the transit of approximately 983.8 million tons of crude oil and petroleum products. The Suez Canal is a significant source of revenue for Egypt. According to the Suez Canal Authority, the canal generated total revenue of around $5.6 billion in 2020. These revenues contribute significantly to Egypt's economy and foreign exchange reserves. The Suez Canal operates on a toll system, where ships are charged fees based on their size, type, and cargo. The tolls generated from transit fees constitute a major part of the canal's revenue. The rates vary, but they are generally based on the vessel's tonnage and the type of cargo carried. The efficient operation of the Suez Canal has a positive impact on international trade and the global economy. It reduces transportation costs, improves supply chain efficiency, and enables faster delivery of goods. Businesses around the world benefit from the shorter shipping times and cost savings facilitated by the canal. The canal has contributed to the development of port infrastructure and logistics hubs along its route. Major ports, such as Port Said and Port Said East, have grown as important maritime hubs, attracting investments and facilitating trade. The canal has also spurred industrial and economic activities in the surrounding regions. On March 23, 2021, a massive container ship named the Evergiven ran aground and became stuck in the Suez Canal. The vessel, one of the largest container ships in the world, measuring approximately 400 meters, 1,312 feet, in length, blocked the entire width of the canal near the city of Suez in Egypt. With the Evergiven blocking the canal, hundreds of ships were left stranded on either side, disrupting the smooth flow of goods between Asia and Europe. This created a significant backlog of vessels waiting to transit the canal. The delay caused by the blockage resulted in the suspension of time-sensitive shipments, including perishable goods and critical industrial components. It affected various industries, including automotive, electronics, and retail, which rely heavily on just-in-time inventory management. Many manufacturers and retailers depend on the timely arrival of goods to maintain production schedules and meet customer demands. The blockage led to supply chain disruptions, exacerbating the already existing challenges caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. After 6 days of intense efforts, a combination of tugboats, dredgers, and high tides successfully refloated the Evergiven on March 29, 2021. Once the canal was reopened, the backlog of ships began to gradually clear, and maritime traffic resumed. And there you have it. The remarkable history of the Suez Canal, a testament to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the enduring spirit of international cooperation. Join us next time as we delve into another captivating chapter of our shared past. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.